Right. Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
Hey, hey.
Awesome, awesome. So we're having a tonight. We are just having a roundtable discussion. We've got a really amazing talk that we're going to have tonight. We are all business partners and friends, so we're just going to talk about a couple things that deal with lifestyle tonight and have some fun. How does that sound, Dan?
That sounds good to me. Let's get
Good.
election.
All right. So why don't you, Darren? Why don't you introduce somebody that we have tonight on the screen?
Man, I'm gonna
here?
introduce because I want to introduce my man Ryan. Ryan was one of I think he was the first person. I think no, the second person that we got on this team. So
Mm-hmm.
Ryan's a veteran. He's been around from the beginning, and I reached out to him and I was like, "Yo, man, we got something going on." I hit him up, and it didn't take much or urgent for me to get him on the call. He jumped on because I think at the end of the day, man, when you're doing something in the business, what's really required for you to be successful is just you gotta have that help and go in you, the motivation to do it yourself. And I think we talked about this earlier, just having the the desire to want to be successful.
Right.
You know, and that's what's gonna help you win in this kind of business because there's gonna be ebbs and flows, ups and downs. And usually that's a good indicator that you try to survive. There's not a whole lot of
Mm-hmm.
back and forth
Right.
get started when they already have within them that they want to get started, they want to do something. Usually those people pan out, and that's why you see, really these three people. I know Anita came with Rod and in the business world for a while,
Yeah.
and they still here.
Right.
And that's something that you see with I think was a common thing with all three of them. Pretty much the first conversation they were ready to go.
Ready to
So
go.
those of you who stick around, those people.
How'd you
Rod was
meet
one of
Rod?
the first people.
How'd you meet Rod?
Acting.
Yeah.
Ashley, that hey, 1 second. We're having some problems hearing you, so I don't want the people to miss anything that you're trying to say. It's like you're cutting in and out as you speak. I don't know if you can hear me. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you. Are you able
Okay,
to hear us? Because we got 21 viewers, might be more than that. Can you hear us
okay.
better now?
I can hear you better now, but you were cutting out in and out the whole time there.
Okay.
So I didn't want people to miss what you were saying.
Yeah.
And I can barely hear you myself, so I didn't want you to keep going on and you'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
"What's the dude talking
Okay.
about?"
I want to say that again then because I think that was something very important. She asked me how I met Rod. Can you hear me better?
I hear you now.
Okay. She asked me how I met Rod, and I said that. Well, no, we go back before that. Rod was the second person we brought into the business,
Mm-hmm.
and what I was saying was that Rod, Alicia, and Anita, who are the other three people on this call, something that was very simple about the circumstances when they came into the business was it didn't take a lot of coercion or back and forth
Yeah.
for them to join.
Mm-hmm.
They had the motivation to want to be successful.
Right.
So it didn't take a lot. They were looking for an opportunity. What I was saying is that that's a very good key indicator of somebody that's probably going to be successful. Somebody that it doesn't take a whole lot in the beginning to really get them excited to join because you'll find that a lot of people that you got to go back and forth. Hey man, you're interested in whatever the case may be. A lot of times those folks don't pan out because they never really had the motivation and desire to do it to start. So again, that's something that I think is very important. Um, and something that is very important about these three people that are on this call tonight.
Mm-hmm.
They have been with us for a while, and they had that determination from the beginning to say, "Hey, look, I'm trying to do something." So that's what it takes to be successful. So that's what I was saying. And as it pertains to me and Rod, we met through acting, right? We met through acting, and since that time, I mean, acting. Now we got a well, what do you call our group, man? It is not really a singing. What is it? An entertainment group?
Can't hear you again.
Can't hear.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Actually, I think
Bad.
it's a little bit and let Darian move in.
This okay. All right. I'll scoop this.
Right. What do you call our group, man? I don't know. We're not really a singing group.
We're entertainers, man. We're entertainers.
We are, yeah.
We do it all.
We're entertainers.
Yeah, we do it all.
There you go. We do it all. So yeah, so that's how we met though. And I think that all that kind of stuff really helps when you are doing business with folks, when you do other things as well, outside of just business. So,
Yeah.
so that's how we met.
So what that conversation sound like that day? Like I'm trying to remember because I remember we were in the kitchen. I was in the kitchen.
With Rod?
You were on the phone with Rod in the kitchen.
Well, it really wasn't much of a conversation. I actually just reached out to him on Facebook, I think. And I told him that we were about to have a call. It was like 10 minutes before the call. And he was like, all right, no problem. I'm jumping on. Again, so that he jumped on, and right after the call, he was ready to go. So, again, we're trying to find I know some other folks out there that got the same kind of drive. So we're looking for you.
So Rod, tell us about why you jumped on the opportunity and a little bit about yourself and what you do and what's important to you.
Okay, well, no problem. Like I said, Darren, I call him Dap. As Dap said, look, he hit me up. We have a relationship. We done entertaining in the past, acting, singing as we're doing now. But when he hit me up, said, look, I got a little bitch for you. I want you to jump on. I follow him up, so I know he ain't gonna lead me in the wrong direction to say, all right. So when I jumped on, I'm not the type of person that just follows anything and just goes with it. So from what I heard from jumping on that call, I was like, okay, this is legit. And I know it's going to be a great business and with great people to follow and that will back you as you're part of this business. So for one, following you and Darian, I knew I was going to win from the start.
That's the business.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Like I said, we know go getters when we see them. So when he said you jumped on it, like I think the very first day you didn't ask a whole lot of questions. That said a whole lot about you and how when you trust someone, when you really trust someone, you do business with people that you trust and people that you like. So we really appreciate that. And you've been going real hard, Rod. Like you came in and flew through the ranks. You're a director with the company with Tava. So tell us, like, what's your favorite product? And I know you're a track and field coach. So, like, what's your favorite product?
I got a couple of them. Well, Vita Plus and the Valet. I mean, I run through those because for one, it gives me the energy, it gives me the vitamin supplements that I need. But the Vita Plus is that's my favorite because I need the energy and to go on a daily. I literally from 6 in the morning to 9 at night. I'm doing something physical, meaning exercising or training or whatever it is I'm coaching. So it helps me out tremendously.
Yeah.
All right. So Rod, we got like a little triangle going on here, right? So yeah, let's talk about this real quick. Rod, you knew Alicia, and I told you let me take credit for something, right? So we did our initial call. Rod had maybe 8 people on the call, maybe from what I recall. Yeah. And I said that, hold on, this girl right here is gonna be a superstar. And it was and because again, I I'm able to pick up on those kinds of things. And I was right. So I'm just saying I was right. So I want to hear about that connection because we had Rod and Alicia and Anita as well. So I want to kind of hear about those connections. So go ahead, Rod. How did Alicia?
Just to lead off, we'll start off with Alicia because she was one of my first to join the Tyler team. Alicia and I grew up together. We went to school together, graduated high school together. She just admitted that she's 6 months older than me, so she's my elder. So I got to pay respect to my elder. It's our bad time, but no, we have history. She's a great person. And like I said, she trusts me. So she followed up from what I did with you guys and said, hey, Rod, I see what you're doing. Give me more information. So you guys with the knowledge, of course, I'm introducing her to you. That's how she jumped on. And not to be remiss, Anita did the same thing. Like I said, we don't have a history like Alicia and I do, but she saw from my posting on Facebook, Rod, what do you have going on? So, I mean, that's kind of how it works. And like I said, Anita's obviously a hustler and a go-getter, just like the rest of on this StreamYard. So we out here to go get it and win.
Yes. And when I tell you, like, I remember that day, used to ask you got time for a 3-way? And we got on the phone with Anita. And she was going through some kind of parade.
Yeah.
Some kind of parade, a drive-through thing. And you were like, can you please hold on a second? And I was like, absolutely. But one of the main things that she said that day was, I'm just so impressed. She's like, I'm ready to go now. She said, because I've never had anybody spend the kind of time with me to explain a business like this before. And that's one of the things that we take pride in here in our organization, is that we really take time to make people feel comfortable. We don't want people to make decisions, rash decisions, make a quick decision, and then get into something that they're not going to be happy with. So, but we know they're going to be pleased with the products. That goes without saying, because all it takes is one time with those products, and. But Anita was like, I said, so when are you going to be ready? And she said, oh, I'm signing up when I get home. She's like, oh, I'm signing up when I get home. So, and she did it. And she did it. She didn't just say it. She did it. And that's a woman of her word. And Alicia, the same thing. That's a whole other story. Alicia, I'm just,
I want to hear from Alicia and then Anita. I want to hear, because that's something that's very interesting to know. I want to know from Alicia and then from Anita, like when you saw the opportunity, what was it that attracted you to it? Alicia first and then Anita.
Well, just like Rod said, Rod and I go back years. And when I saw him posting something about him working from home, my question is, well, what are you doing? At that time, we were all in a shutdown from COVID-19. And so at that particular time, I figured, hey, what's wrong with me earning a little bit of extra money? I'm at home. I don't have to do a whole lot of running around. And so I hit him up. It just so happens that I was also in the market for weight loss supplements, because being home, being more sedentary, working full time, having 4 kids who are at home in school of some sort, just being out, being on the go, or being able to go out and exercise and go to the gym shut down. So I needed something that was going to help me. I knew I needed to reduce calories. So I was already in the market looking for some type of product. And then, always whenever you see something that is good, I'm a person who likes natural products. So I began to look into what the industry had out there, what was available on social media. So after looking around a little bit, I didn't really feel like those other products were for me. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I prayed about it and I said, God, if this is the direction that you need me to go, please make it plain. If not, shut it down. And I left the idea of those other products alone. And then maybe within the next day or so, I saw Rod's post. And that's when I asked him, well, what are you doing? And simple as that. So then once we got onto his launch and they were introducing the products and they were using words that I was familiar with, words that were, products or natural supplements that I already knew about from past use, I went ahead and I jumped on it. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the products. Why not get them cheaper, because I'm a distributor. And guess what? They work. If they work, somebody else is gonna want them too. So
Absolutely.
So Anita, we're gonna come back to Alicia. I want to find out, about a personal standpoint about your use of the products and things that nature. We want to come back to that, but I want to hear from Anita the same thing. Like, what was it when you saw or heard about the opportunity that made you feel like this is the route you wanted to go?
Okay, so my experience was a little different because I saw someone from, I think he's like from the west side of the United States. I don't know whether he's from, I won't say Midwest, I guess, or whatever, but they weren't here. I saw someone posting about Tava months ago, and I kept seeing his posts, and what had happened, he sent me a friend request and he started tagging me in every post. I'm like, who is this dude? I don't even know him. We haven't even said the first hello to each other, but he started tagging me. And I kept looking and looking and looking and looking, but there was nothing at that moment that, had my third eye open. So when the pandemic hit, of course, it was a lot of things going on. And I eventually started seeing Rod's posts. And I was looking at another company as well, and there was nothing to push me in that direction. I mean, I won't say there was nothing, but it was not that okay, that's it moment for me. So I was just sitting and thinking, I said, okay, and it was kind of late on a Friday night. I will never forget. I said, you know what, I'm gonna hit Rod up. Now, me and Rod have never met. Never met. We've been friends on Facebook for some time, but we've never met at all, like face to face. So I hit him up and I said, okay, can you tell me a little bit about, I said, how do you say it? I just didn't know whether it was Tablet or Tablet at the time. So the next, he said, okay, yeah, that's we're going to connect the next day. So he reached out to me, and we got on the three-way. I was headed to a parade for my great aunt's birthday.
Yeah.
And
That's the
I was like, y'all,
pandemic.
hold on, don't go nowhere, don't go nowhere, please. I'll be through in a minute. So long story short, went through the parade, and we were talking and talking and talking. And before I know it, it had to be over 30 minutes. We were just talking about just general talk about, okay, how I knew Rod and, you know, so forth and so on. So it was that feeling that I keep saying. It was just that feeling, you know, when something is for you, because you get that, okay, it's time to jump, you know, you don't sit back on this thing. And that was my whole moment. And on the phone, I never met Ashley. I never knew her. I've been seeing Darian I've been seeing the two Savagents over Facebook. And that's also another connection, because I'm a musician. They're entertainer. They're entertainers. So, yeah, that's what they call them. Pretty rich. Nah. So, yeah, but and another thing, you can see people that you can relate to because of the connection with music and whatnot. I'm like, okay, well, you know, so this is something. It is something with this company. So it wasn't a whole 2-day, 2-week thing with me. I was like, okay, I got a rehearsal, but I'm about to get in. So it was just that very day, probably within an hour and a half, I got in.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. What was interesting, right? I said this, but they both confirmed it. Sometimes I sit here and I wonder, because you know we post things sometimes, and we post about the products, which we all can attest to. The products are awesome products, right?
Yeah.
And we post things to try to motivate folks to maybe gain or generate some interest in the business and in products. But one thing that I keep hearing is, Anita, she was looking for something.
Yeah.
Alicia was looking for something.
Right.
You know, so what I'm curious to find out is there a way that we can identify folks that are already looking for something? But I don't know what we can per se, but that's something that Rod was kind of looking for something. So when you find people that are looking for something, folks stick around. We have folks are turning to be great business partners because they were looking for something. And I think when you're looking for something, what keeps you going is until you really completely obtain that, you keep going. And that's what you find with because that's like I said, there's gonna be some ebbs and flows when it comes to business, and that's not just top, that's business, anybody's business, any business that you have. There are gonna be high seasons and low seasons. There are ebbs and flows and different seasons of peak success. But folks that are looking for something keep going until they find it. Now I know we found the right company, but we all have, goals that we still have yet to achieve in this company. But I think, I know that we're going to get there, right? I always, when I used to talk to Rod all the time, I say, man, hang in there with me. Hang in there with us, because we're going to get there. And that's what I think is so important. I want anybody that's listening, that's thinking about this, whether it's, Ashley and I, Rod, Anita, Alicia, whoever, if they're kind of on the fence about it, don't think too long.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, we're going to get there. And that's something that I think is so important. So Rod talked about the Vita Plus, which of course is my product, my favorite product as well. And I think for a lot of guys, that kind of turns into it. Well, It's called Flair.
No, that ain't
You
his
know,
favorite
but
product. We gonna talk about
Oh boy.
the coffee is cheating, man. So how many millions of coffee drinkers, millions of coffee drinkers? So so that's what I'm talking about, like the core three products that we came up with. So Alicia and Anita, again, we'll do it in the same order. I want to kind of hear about your favorite product and kind of some kind of personal experience about how the products have helped you in your life. And I think that's very important.
Anita, you want to go first?
So,
Come on, Anita.
Ooh. All right. Short story. From the age of 6, I've been drinking coffee, okay?
Yeah.
I blame that.
Oh, you can't see my hand. Did she say 6?
6.
Okay.
She said 6.
She grown.
Okay, so at my grandparents' house, sitting at the table, whatever, my granddad was drinking coffee. And of course, it's like that whole thing. You want some? And at the age of 6, you're going to eat or drink almost anything.
Oh, yeah.
And ever since then, y'all, I'm telling y'all, coffee has been, and it never really did anything for me, besides make me warm and taste good.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell y'all something. Y'all know, but for folks who are watching, the Caprice coffee, y'all listen. It came in when I ordered it. It came in. Let's see. It had to be like 4:00 in the afternoon, and I was going crazy, going to my grandparents' house. And I took the bags of coffees with me. I said, because when I get to the house, I'm gonna crack this baby open. Listen, it's 9,700 degrees in the daytime, and I'm about to drink some coffee. That's just me, y'all. It could be 300 degrees. I'm drinking coffee. That's exaggerated. But anyway, got to the house and I drank. I poured the coffee, drank it, and I'm just sitting there, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like this whole. It's like Jesus just reached down and did this number on me.
He rubbed his teeth.
So serious. I mean,
Jesus rubbed his teeth.
I'm so serious. And then the whole day, I just had this. It was amazing. I've never had an effect like that with coffee, and it's and I'm gonna tell you, I cheated one time. With the coffee. I just wanted to see the difference because my whole thing was the Folgers instant packets, like clockwork. And it's like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it no more. This is not it. So y'all, the Caprice coffee has to be my number one. But I have a testimony with Valet. I almost said Vita with Valet 30. I have a testimony with Valet 30. And I didn't even know it. So y'all probably don't know, but I do my own hair, right? So I around about a month and a half ago or so, I had, that's when I first put my braids in. So a couple of weeks later, I'm like, why am I having to refresh my braids? Because I'm looking at, y'all, I had naps. I'm just gonna be straight up. My hair started growing out of the braids, and I'm like, what is going on? Because my hair really never grew that fast.
Right.
And I'm like, the doggone Valet 30.
Right.
Biotin.
Yes.
Y'all, listen, I'm talking about my skin feels, and even without makeup on, I feel good all over. I feel good. Stephanie Mills,
Yes.
And it's to the point where I told them when I first drank it, I was like, oh y'all, this is my communion juice on first Sundays because it has that berry taste. I mean, y'all, I have to watch myself because I want to drink it like a cup of it. So I drink some in the morning and I would drink some. But one thing back to the Caprice, and I shut up.
You're good.
I can drink Caprice at night and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Right.
It has the opposite
Too.
effect.
Mhm.
Like, most people get that energy jolt. And I was talking to a customer today that I delivered some product to earlier this week. She said the same thing. So I guess different people have different effects, but the Caprice, it brought me to that balance, and
Mhm.
I can drink it any time of day, but I won't be
Right.
up all night.
Mhm.
If that makes sense. But
Makes
yeah,
sense.
so that has to be and I have to be careful with Flair. Well, the Vita Plus / Flair, I got to be careful with it because I mean, I took it on a Sunday morning church, and I just needed to be energized that whole day because I had a couple of other events, and
Mhm.
I didn't really notice that I was just going and not burnt out.
Right.
So I can't take it every day. I can't take it every day because I'm not on the move like Rod or maybe like you, Darian. But yeah, I would have to say the Vita Plus and I mean the Valet 30 and the coffee. Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome
Those
stuff,
are
man.
some. Those listen. We got some amazing products, and we have a question. So I want to address the question real quick. How you doing, Tanya?
Hey,
What's going
Tanya.
on, lady? So the question is the tea a weight loss tea? Okay. So here's the deal. Vasia is a detox tea. All right. It is not indicated. It is a detox tea that's going to clean you all the way out. Okay. Vasia
Amen.
in Spanish stands for empty. So what happens is you're going to cleanse and detox. When you take this and you put it in a bottle of water, shake it up and drink, you're going to have some things, some moving and shaking that's going to take place. Okay. Some moving and shaking. You're gonna
That's
go
what we
to the
call it.
bathroom. You're not gonna feel like you have a stomach virus, but you're gonna have some furniture moving going on.
Yeah,
And you're
boy.
gonna have to go to the bathroom. And what happens is as you loose yourself, like they say in
Yeah.
church,
That's a
okay?
loose.
In the
Hallelujah.
church,
Loose
loose
it.
here, okay? As you
Loose.
loose yourself, you're going to you're going to start shedding the weight because you're getting rid of the parasites, the toxins, the old waste that's in your gut, and it's going to give you a cleaner gut, which a lot of people that have taken our Vacia Detox tea have seen the first results have been in their gut. They have seen their stomach start to shrink. Okay, because of that. So that has been a lot of people's experience. That has been my experience. I stopped drinking Vacia Detox tea after the first week and a half because I lost 4 pounds. And for anyone that knows me, I am a small frame woman, so I do not need to lose a whole bunch of weight. Okay, I gotta try to keep my boo boo happy. All right, so I'm not trying to lose a whole lot of weight. So I was like, okay, 4 pounds, I'm done. But what I do now is I drink the tea at least once or twice a week just to maintain, keeping myself cleaned out, which it's worked wonders for me. So we have some others in the company that have lost, I'm talking about 20 pounds plus off of starting on this weight loss journey or this detox journey, which does cause you to lose weight. So the answer to that question is it is a detox, but when you detox, because you're losing all of that old waste, you're going to lose weight as the result by default. So I hope that answers your question, Tanya, and thank you for asking. And I can also send you some samples as well if you shoot me or inbox me your address. Okay.
All right. So now we want to hear from Alicia. We left off on Alicia and hearing about the product, her experience with the product.
Thank you, Darian. It's hard for me to pick one product that I really love more than the other. I have some of the same results with Vasia tea. Personally, whenever I use it, I actually feel good. I don't, and to describe that good, sometimes we just feel full. And it's definitely something that will help you feel less full. Some people will say even empty, but definitely you feel the difference almost initially. Valet 30, I got a love-hate relationship with it because, I like to keep my hair low and I like a fresh cut. But you keep fooling with Valet 30, you're going to be going to your barber a whole lot more frequently than what you plan on it because just like Anita, I began to notice that, that my hair was growing back a whole lot quicker. And another thing that's a little less than flattering, ladies, not all of us like to have hair on our legs. And so I began to notice that hair was growing back on my legs a whole lot quicker. Annoying, but it's a good thing because you also have benefits for your skin, just as well as your hair. But definitely one that I use throughout my entire family. My kids can take it, I can take it. So we run through bottles pretty quickly. Yes. But I would have to say that it's a close tie for me with the Caprice Coffee and Vita Plus, also known, most recently known as Flair. I'm a person who, we're kind of joking about it, but I got prescriptions, y'all. I was diagnosed with ADHD about 2 years ago. And so
I knew it.
It's okay because I can share my prescriptions with you too.
I'm messing with you.
Just saying. But getting the diagnosis, it helped me. Taking the prescriptions themselves, it helped me get through my day. But the thing about it is, being a mom, I got more day than a work day. I got to come home and be on for them as well, and they shouldn't get my worst. So one thing about taking, my prescription that I take, or I used to take is Vyvanse, and Vyvanse is very effective it's very effective with the condition. However, it drops you. And when I say drops you, mentally, I would feel like I went in overdrive. I would be horrible. My attitude would take a nosedive. And that's just not the kind of life that I want to live. Right. As soon as my dose began to wear off, I wanted to go to bed. I didn't want to do life anymore. And I don't mean any harm. I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to live just to work.
Right.
Later for that. That's the last thing I want to do. I do not want to live just to work. So that wasn't a business for me. So once taking Vita Plus, I began to notice something. One of the main issues that I have with ADHD is getting up in the morning and being able to function, get my mind wrapped around focusing on one thing to be able to complete it. But in taking Vita Plus, I don't really have that. And it's not like when you take it, you feel like you're in overdrive. It's just something that it's very subtle. You can't really tell that you're taking anything. You just feel fine. You're not overwhelmed. You're not jittery. You just feel fine. It's all natural. And you can tell that because you don't feel any drastic change like I would with medication. Yeah. But now, since taking the Caprice Coffee, I actually tried the coffee without doing Vita Plus. And I find that, especially now, I'm a school registrar. And I don't know what's going on with the rest of the world with everybody else, but school registrars, teachers, principals, everybody under the rooftop of a school is going through it right now, regardless of what you think about it. It's my unpopular opinion, and it's the truth. But I'm someone who, as a registrar, my days would start at 7 a.m. and would not end to 9, 10, and 11 o'clock at night, because you got a laptop at home and the demand is always there. So if I would take Caprice in the morning or take Vita Plus in the morning, I find that I had the stamina to go throughout the day. And that's, that whole mental agility. Mm-hmm. That's tremendous. But being able to go throughout the entire day, accurately do my job, because accuracy is very important in my job. To be able to do that and not feel exhausted, I would find that I would get to a certain point, my mind would be like, okay, it's time to shut down. But I don't think that that's anything extra. I don't think that that's anything that the common person wouldn't go through. So, all of our products are effective. All of them are natural. But yeah, that black bag and this little box right here, those are my heart. Those are my heart. I don't care what else Tava does. Yes. Don't shut them down. Don't change a thing. They're amazing. They're amazing.
It's amazing. Thank you so much. Listen, you said so much.
Powerful testimony, man.
All of it is so true. And I talked to Jada when I called you the other day. I talked to Jada for a moment, and she told me she was not a coffee drinker. She said, but one day it was something pertaining to school, and she shared her testimony. She said, I just told Mama I just wanted to try it, and she said she tried it, and she had energy, but it also just helped her really focus and zone and just hone in on what she had to get done.
Right.
And so, like, I can't tell you guys how good. I can't tell y'all. Our products are amazing. We have 4 products, and as we 4 products, and as Alicia was saying, we don't have to force the products on anyone. They work. I know, Ebony, I want to address your question. You asked about if our products can be used long term. Absolutely. Okay, our products are all natural.
All natural, yes.
They are not going to hurt you at all. We just tell people we make no medical claims about our products. So if you are on or you have any sort of health conditions, you always want to consult with your physician first, just to make sure, or at least take the product in to let them know what you're putting in your body, just to make sure. But aside from that, our products are all natural. They work. They taste amazing. Like the Vita Plus is a pill, guys. That's the flare. Tanya, I want to make sure you know that the pill that we have is the flare. That's the energy pill. Okay, it looks just like that. Thank you. Got
What
my
Alicia got?
Yes, sir. All right. And aside from that, our Bacia Detox Tea comes in. They come in little sachets that if someone has one, they can put it up there and let you see that. We can basically just open it up, put it inside of a packet of water. There you go. Anita's showing it there. Now the coffee, the Caprice coffee comes the same way as the Bacia Detox Tea, but it is coffee, of course, but the same individual sachets. So you just add it to water. So with that being said, in the Ballet 30, okay.
So liquid vitamin.
Liquid vitamin.
Communion juice.
Liquid gold. Yeah.
Like immune.
Okay. It's good. It tastes great. The kids love it. We can't get enough of it. We take shots all the time.
Culture for the passion.
So good. So, like I said, 4 amazing products. And guys, like, that's the lifestyle part of it. That's the health, that's the wellness part of this business. Like the fact that we can take the products, have a healthy life, we enjoy them. We don't have to push them on ourselves or anyone else. I just wake up and I just, y'all, I had to order so much coffee today. You know why? Because we ain't here fighting over the coffee. Like,
hey, whoa, not physical fight.
Not physical fight. Like,
I heard we are not going to
but we fight over the coffee. So he's like, one day he was like, he asked me to come. Did you order more coffee? Yeah, I was like, listen, if you ask for that coffee,
come on, man.
one more time. Coffee is so good though. So those are, guys, we just wanted to share our experience with the product. Rod, I want to ask you one question about your athletes. And because you work with high school, like the high school students, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So, what has been your experience with Vita Plus as it pertains to, your athletes, yourself, just in reference to track meets, anything that you've, used it for?
Well, for one, like I said, on a daily basis, I train Alicia kids as well. So they're a handful. I love them, but be able to match their energy. Alicia, you know your kids. You know your kids. And I have to I love them to death, but I have to be able to match their energy. Like I said, I'm not a young buck anymore. I'm 41, but at the same time, I want to be able to be on the same level they do. So what Vita Plus does is
got to keep up with them
and encourage and mentor and give all that extra energy. So that's my testimony on that. Like I said, on a daily basis, I use it. It perks me up. It makes me happy. I can do what I want to, which is a passion to train and teach.
Yes.
So it gives me that energy to do that.
Absolutely.
And to match Alicia kids' energy.
And look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. If he can, that lets you know he's the best around. Because I haven't met another person to match the energy. Not one.
Listen. Okay, yeah, Rod, you got to keep up. But the records and stuff that you've been posting, these records you set, you know what I'm saying? You're doing pretty good out here.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Kudos to you.
I think I can beat you in a race, though.
Nah, come on.
I'm telling you, don't sleep. Hey,
Let's go.
TK Walker.
Listen. So you want to, Miss Ebony? Thank you for asking what makes our products different from all the other products out there. Are they affordable? Let me tell you what I can only speak from myself.
Natural. I think that's one thing.
I don't.
Honestly.
Yeah, I'm not a connoisseur of a lot of other companies' products, but I can only speak to our products. But I can tell you that these products are sugar free. There's no synthetics. These products are legit what they say they are. And I know that there are some other companies that may not necessarily have. They may tell you one thing about the product, but it may be some other things you don't know about. What you see is what you get on our label. So you're definitely going to be able to experience that. Affordability, absolutely. In fact, let me tell you something about, let me put this plug in real quick. This Valet 30. I'm so glad we stopped here. This is a 32-ounce bottle, okay? 32 ounces of goodness, liquid goodness, okay? If you look up other
Communion.
liquid multivitamins online, they're actually smaller than this, and
A
they
lot more.
cost more. So if you look that up, like you can probably Google that now and look some of that up, you'll see that you get the bang for your buck with this Valet 30. Okay, you got 32 ounces, so you get a generous amount of product for the price. And like I said, we always tell people, please try me, try me. Like the Lord said in the Bible, test me. Okay, try me. We love to sample, you guys. We love to sample. Put it to the test. Let us give you some samples. Because when you try it, you're going to come back and money will not be an issue. I promise you that, because you're going to feel 100% that it's worth what it costs. And on top of that, it's not expensive, super expensive. So we will talk on a one-off on that. But thank you so much for that. TK said we only need one sachet a day. That's it. That's it. So y'all, let's talk about real quick, like what our motivation, like to actually make this extra money is. I know we're getting close to 10 o'clock, so we're gonna let the people go. But one of the reasons that we like this company Tava is because we get to build money, generational wealth for our family. We got 3 kids, 4 kids. Got an older son that's out doing his thing in college, got bills. Like we have so much to keep up with, and we want to leave an inheritance for our family. And I know that when we got started with Tava, it was like the perfect time, right? It was perfect timing. And we were able to, supplement our bills, pay extra money with the different commissions and things that we've been getting with the company. So, like, what are you guys' goals and in getting, residual income with the company? Like, do you have a goal in mind or anything like that?
Well, I'll speak. Let me speak. It's always a goal. If you don't have a goal, something wrong with you. So, jumping into this business is, I'm gonna come in going for the sky. I'm going past the limit. Like I said, I don't stop. Some people may want just to make a few dollars extra to pay a few bills. Some people might want to make this their profession and live off of it. So I'm gonna go to the top the way I can. And like I said, I'm gonna give you Ashley and Darren, praise right now. Where I came in, I'm still moving. Alicia and Anita, y'all gonna do the same thing. And anybody else listening, it's simple. If you like money, join our team. So my goal, like I said, is to exceed and go past as further as I can. Like I said, y'all know me, I'm a silent assassin. I might not say a lot, but at the same time, I'm making moves that y'all probably don't know about. So I'm grinding just as much as the next person's doing. So you can make it. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all gonna say it, but there's plenty of opportunities, plenty of different opportunities to make money with this company. So and I'll let them explain it to you, but that's my goal to.
Right. Absolutely.
Alicia?
Yeah. Can she hear us?
Alicia?
Can you hear us, Alicia?
No, look out.
Can you hear us, Anita?
Alicia.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. So it may not always be all about the money, but what is it for you? Like what would you say your motivation and kind of what your goal is with Tava?
Okay, definitely the income, to make some extra income, to replace the income that I'm already making. There's nothing wrong with extra income at all. And the business, I mean, this movement is super easy. It's just the fact of, finding the people that are looking for us, just like I was looking for y'all, just
Right.
like everybody, so it's that whole thing. And then what, like I said, I will always, give praises to the vibe that was just over the phone call. I have not met either one of you other than Rod, and that was just to get some tea samples. And Ashley, that was late one night to get some
That's right.
Diet 30 because
Yeah.
I wasn't taking any vitamins for one. So that's just leaning on the health and wellness side because I needed something to give me what I needed, health wise. Like I said, I wasn't taking any vitamins. I needed something for energy. And the the products do for you sometimes what you're not even looking for.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
when we say it's a lifestyle, it is a lifestyle. It's not just because of the money. It's a lifestyle. It's the fellowship. It's the whole camaraderie.
Mhm.
It's the entire whatever comes with Tava. That's just what it is. And to be a part of something where you can say, okay, this is family.
Right.
This, I mean, that's, you can't just throw that out anywhere to anybody or any organization. Okay.
Right.
And I've been in them. I've been in, different network marketing companies, not in, and I'm not knocking them,
Right.
but it was just something about Tava that was magnetic. It
Mhm.
drew me in like that. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay, this is what I need at this moment of my life. And,
Yeah.
just to get in and to see us, us, that light skin, that light skin. I mean, it, and
Let's get live,
it's just amazing. It is super super amazing, and
Yeah.
you will feel it. You won't just it not just to say, "Oh, I feel good today," but I'm just saying internally.
Yeah.
When it's dealing with your health, and that is a big thing.
Absolutely.
Awesome, man.
Yes.
And how about you, Alicia?
But for me, I like the long-term investment of the opportunities that the company has, because just like you spoke earlier, there's an ebb and flow in business. And, if you wait, if your only motivation is when things are good,
Mhm.
you're going to last 2 months in anything. I mean, we give our jobs years, decades even, and we look for a retirement check at the end of it. And those, please tell me the number. Matter of fact, raise your hand if every day you went to your job it was gravy. I didn't think so. And I don't have to see anybody else's hands either. It's not
Yeah.
always great. So if you can give it to your job, why can't you give it to yourself?
Mhm.
You better
My.
preach.
Why
Come on,
can't you
Lisa.
give that
You
to
better
yourself?
preach.
So if you're
Come
going to
on.
come in, you're going to come in and
Hey.
do anything dynamic with it. It's not that it takes anything special, because I came in here off of what Rod did. Rod came in here based off of what Darren and Ashley did. It's the same thing over and over again. It doesn't take any special skill
Duplication.
besides just staying here, just staying consistent, not giving up. So
Right.
Yes.
we this is going to be something amazing. Give it a year.
Tell me.
Challenge anybody considering it, anybody looking for an opportunity, give it a year.
Yeah.
Give it a
Right.
year. And I promise you, if this opportunity doesn't do it for you, it's not because the opportunity doesn't work. It's not because the products aren't good. And if it's not you, it'll be somebody else.
You better
Hey,
preach.
I thought I had to let it out. I held it
Just
for a few
saying.
minutes.
Hey, where your keyboard at, Anita?
Hey, I was just, and let me go get my
The
people.
doors
Dang,
to
dang, dang,
church
dang.
are
I
now
need
open.
Hey, you know what though?
Okay.
Da-da-da.
Alicia, on
You
that
better
note,
preach.
Alicia, I wanna say this because that's something. What you're talking about is something that I talk about all the time. I
Right.
talk about that all the time. The fact that and we did a training one time, and I said that you know I'm never gonna set anybody up and tell them and make them seem like this is some kind of get rich quick scheme, because it's not.
It's not. Yeah.
Right now, God can bless, and you can come in here in a short period of time
And blow it out.
and be very well off financially.
Yeah.
But like you said, I tell people, give this a year. because so many people get into these businesses and they do it for 2 or 3 months, and if they're not rich, then they think it's not working.
Right.
Yeah, it's a scam. It's a pyramid.
But anything that's worth having in life, a lot of times you have to put something in to get something, right? And if
Right.
you can, if this one don't work, it has nothing to do with the structure not being in place for it to work, because we talk about it every day almost, and definitely every Saturday about how we build these buildings out the power of two. And if you really think about the minimum requirement that's required and what the ultimate payoff can be, and people would go so hard just to follow what's already in place to get there. Because if you follow the blueprint and you give it a year, I promise you. Now that I can't say, and you follow the blueprint and you give it a year, I promise you, you can be in a much better situation.
That's right.
But it's like we get so consumed with surviving every day,
Right.
that we lose focus of the vision, the bigger vision,
That's
right? We get consumed with that, and it takes up all our time and energy, and then we forget what is it what you were looking for when you were on Facebook, Anita. We forget what you were looking for.
Right.
Alicia, we forget what we were looking for.
Right.
Because we're trying to survive, and then we lose focus and think this ain't working, but that's not the case. So I so much appreciate the three of you, and there's other folks in our team too, of course, that are hanging in there, but I so appreciate the three of you, man, because even on the days where things ain't going great, you know, even on the days where things on the months that things ain't going absolutely great, we hanging in there because we know that there's something greater that this is going to do for us.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
And anytime you believe, man, that you can really make some things happen for yourself, be there, and the belief will be there, and the consistency will be there, and that's all it takes to be successful in this business. So I thank you so much for saying that, and all the things you guys have said, because I think we can all agree on one thing, and this what we're seeing right here tonight. Well, we've been talking for almost an hour, and don't really seem like it because of the type of people that we're associated with the type of people like the three of you. Man, listen, we're blessed to be in the company, of the people, especially I can just say, I mean, and talking as a whole, but specifically, of course, I'm talking tonight about our team, man. We're so blessed to be in the company of so many great people, and that's what keeps us going. It ain't honestly ain't even about the money. What's keeping us going is the people, the relationships. You know what I mean? The camaraderie is what's been really keeping us going. So, we appreciate you guys so much.
Yes. So it's been fun. I really enjoyed it. Thank you guys all that tuned in to the boardroom. We'll be having some more type of talks like this. We'll have another one tomorrow. And we should also probably have another this weekend. So with that being said, I did have someone ask about how much it costs to get started. So it's going to cost you as little as $99, but you have a lot of options that go much higher than that, just depending on your needs with this company. So if you're watching this live tonight, whoever you're connected to that you can reach out to, that go ahead and inbox them your questions. If you have anything else you need, if you're ready to sign up, if you know this is the opportunity for you and you're ready to get started, we can help you do that. Rod, Alicia, Anita, reach out to the person who, that you're connected with. And then also, please, y'all, we have samples. We love to prove ourselves to people. When I tell you, it is a blessing to be able to be with a company that I can say, yeah, let me give you 2 of these and let me watch you come right back in 48 hours because I know you coming.
Right.
Okay.
Come on.
I just dropped off 5 sachets to the gas station yesterday. I already know the lady gonna come back and get more product next week. That was just bait for me. That was just bait. I just put the bait out there because she coming right back. So we have products that we love. They work. We love our team. We get along. We work together, as you can see. So get back to the person that you're connected with. You need anything else? And with that being said, you guys have a beautiful night, and we will catch y'all next time for the boardroom. Good night.
Right.
Night, y'all.
Good night.
All right, guys. Thank you.